I've been thinking a lot about family and the next generation. Today's kids aren't safe in our communities. Inflation's making it harder to buy a house, to start a family. Guys like John Fetterman take everything to the extreme. Why are we letting murderers out? Why is the solution always tax and spend? Extremism on both sides makes things worse. We need balance, less extremism in Washington. I'm running for Senate to improve people's lives. That's what doctors do. I'm Dr. Oz. I approve this message.
Radical, extreme, far left. Their politics made Washington worse.
John Fetterman would fit right in. He takes everything too far, letting murderers out, raising taxes, demanding socialized medicine.
An idea so radical, even Joe Biden called it preposterous.
Dr. Oz knows we can work together for lower taxes, safer streets, protecting Medicare and Social Security.
We can stand up to the extremes and bring balance to Washington.
I'm Dr. Oz. I approve this message.
At every turn, he's hurt people to help himself, exploiting the sick, pushing scam drugs that didn't work, getting rich off opioid producers while Pennsylvanians got addicted. And if he wins, he'll let insurance companies deny coverage for pre-existing conditions, threaten the future of Social Security, and cut taxes for millionaires like himself. After everything he's done, why would we ever trust Oz in the Senate? SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Today's kids aren't safe in our communities. Inflation's making it harder to buy a house, to start a family. We need balance, less extremism in Washington.
We can bring America back, reduce the cost of living, let police do their jobs to keep us safe.
I'm running for Senate to improve people's lives. That's what doctors do.
We can stand up to the extremes in Congress and finally bring balance to Washington.
I'm Dr. Oz. I approve this message.
John Fetterman freeloaded off his parents into his 40s, failed to pay his taxes on time, even backs decriminalizing drugs and allowing heroin injection sites. He can't be serious. American Leadership Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We want to tell you something about John Fetterman.
He was raised by two Trump-voting Republicans right here in this house in York. Us.
Growing up, he never dreamed of being a politician. He got involved to help people.
John learned so much here in Central PA. His values, common sense, and standing up for what is right.
He's our son, but really, he's a son of Pennsylvania.
I'm John Fetterman, and I approve this message.
What would we do if ISIS killed 70,000 Americans? As a retired Army general, I can tell you, we would retaliate immediately and forcefully. Last year, 70,000 Americans were brutally killed. The weapon was deadly fentanyl, trafficked here through Biden's wide-open southern borders. 70,000 American funerals, yet Biden cuts border security funding. That's not just being inept. That's a dereliction of duty. I'm Scott Perry, and I approve this message.
I've seen too many communities that have been forgotten, including my own. A broken D.C. is failing Pennsylvania families. The cost of gas, groceries, childcare, they keep going up. And the politicians don't feel it, and they don't fix it. They just keep talking. But we can fix it. Take on corruption in Washington. Lower taxes for working people. Make more things in Pennsylvania, and drive down costs. That's a start and my promise. I'm John Fetterman, and I approve this message because no place should be left behind.
Every day, Pennsylvanians tell me about their hopes and dreams for the future. That's why I'm fighting for safer neighborhoods with more cops on the beat, apprenticeships and job training so everyone has a chance to get ahead. I'll remove the requirement for a college degree for thousands of state government jobs. And for the first time ever, I'll appoint parents to the State Board of Education. Go to my website to see my ideas for yourself. I'm Josh Shapiro, and I'm determined to be a governor who will get things done for you.
QAnon. They believe the September 11th attacks on the World Trade Center never really happened. Adolf Hitler faked his own death, and the COVID vaccine turns people gay. QAnon, a fringe right-wing group peddling dangerous conspiracy theories. And who's an important part of their movement? Doug Mastriano, honored as a hero.
Where's Goliath?
Mastriano has tweeted QAnon craziness 52 times. Doug Mastriano, the more we learn, the crazier it gets.
The worst border crisis in American history. The worst crime wave in decades. The threat of nuclear annihilation. Our economy collapsing. Joe Biden and John Fetterman aren't up to these challenges. Biden is stumbling around, and Fetterman just isn't right.
Our economy is coming south.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Biden and Fetterman, liberal, clueless, weak. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
He's not old enough to go to prom or see an R-rated movie. Too young to vote. But if this girl were raped and became pregnant, she could be forced to have her attacker's child because Mehmet Oz got his way. Oz thinks politicians should be able to ban abortion, even in cases of rape or incest, even in Pennsylvania. So when it's just you and one of these, remember, she's counting on you too. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
At every turn, he's hurt people to help himself, exploiting the sick, pushing scam drugs that didn't work, getting rich off opioid producers while Pennsylvanians got addicted. And if he wins, he'll let insurance companies deny coverage for pre-existing conditions, threaten the future of Social Security, and cut taxes for millionaires like himself. After everything he's done, why would we ever trust Oz in the Senate? SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
One of the differences between me and Dr. Oz, he has 10 mansions. He doesn't live here. He doesn't care about us. I'm running to serve Pennsylvania, cut the taxes for all working families, expand health care, and of course, codify Roe v. Wade. I will always do the right thing in Washington, D.C. Every day I will always fight for you.
FF Pack is responsible for the content of this ad.
As Lloyd Smucker built a successful construction company, he saw firsthand how big government can crush small businesses and hurt households. Now in Congress, Lloyd Smucker is building a future for middle-class families. That's why Smucker has consistently opposed President Biden's reckless spending and runaway inflation, fighting back against taxes with experience and dedication. Lloyd Smucker for Congress.
I'm Lloyd Smucker, and I approve this message because I'm working to keep government on your side.
We're all sick of COVID-19, but it was the third leading cause of death in the U.S., and it's still making people really sick. The COVID-19 updated boosters are here. They help protect against multiple variants, all in one shot. Make it yours. Get boosted this fall.
We've got questions about Medicare plans.
Well, we've got a lot of answers. How can I help?
Well, for starters, do you have a Medicare plan I can actually afford?
How about a plan with a $0 monthly premium?
Well, that's a great start. What other benefits can we get?
Things like dental, vision, and hearing. But let me help you pick the plan that's right for you.
Call 1-844-979-2744 to get answers to your questions and pick a plan that's right for you. And let's make healthier happen together.
Class, if your house is always cold, you can install new energy-efficient Window Nation windows, or you can keep putting on more sweaters. Isn't that right, Aaron? New windows. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No payments until 2025. Window Nation, the perfect fit.